Hey guys, what's going on? I got a pretty cool video today that we finally got a 3TC billet head up close and personal. So I wanted to show you guys this thing up close firsthand. And we've always gotten a lot of questions about these heads. Unfortunately, they are really hard to come by. The only ones that are out there are the ones that were made many years ago. This particular head we had built probably 20 years ago, and it's still around. I mean, obviously they're billet, they're pretty much indestructible, and if something did go wrong, they're fixable, basically. Not easy to fix, but they are fixable. So I wanted to give you guys a first-hand look at the cylinder head that's off Billy's red Corolla. So we took it off from the last race when we were there, because we took it off from the last race when we were there back in March, and I kind of wanted to look at things. We heard a couple noises at one point where we kind of heard something like it ran through the exhaust. We really weren't sure what it was, so we pulled it just to also we wanted to check our spring pressure. So before we went to the March race, we had not an issue, but we had a situation where we knew we had too much clearance in between the springs. So the optimum coil bind, or close to coil bind number that we were looking for, was too much. So we knew that, but we did our best before the March race to try and get it as close as possible. So Ricky had pulled it off and had taken it to his local machinist, where they tried to I sent some parts from here where they tried to get it a little tighter and as close as we thought, with the means we had over there, without sending the head back, because we didn't have a lot of time. So we did that. So basically we knew the head was going to come off after that race, because we wanted to basically make it exactly the way we wanted. So in speaking to my cylinder head guy here that I use, who, man, he's best guy I've ever found to work on my cylinder heads. The guy's a complete animal. Super meticulous about everything that he does. Targets exact installed height numbers, knows where he likes to set up his coil bind, or close to coil bind numbers. So we knew from the last race that the head was going to come back anyways. His valve jobs, I mean, every time we've done a valve job with him, the engines sound completely different, how well they seal up. So it was something that I basically took him the entire head and fully assembled, and I said, hey, look, you take it apart. I want you to look at anything, see if you see something that doesn't look right. I want you to fix it. The head's been basically beat up ever since the car left from Florida. So it basically needed just to go through to make sure everything was, the way it needed to be. So fast forward till today, I actually picked the head up today. I actually fly out to Hawaii tomorrow, so this is gonna go in my luggage with me. And I'm heading back to Hilo. I will be racing with the guys this weekend, so we will put some videos together for you guys as we go to assemble this thing. So here's the head. All right, so first and foremost, I want to say thank you to Ralph from Pro Valve Racing. He elected to jump on board this program, and he was willing to help us out basically with a whole new set of springs, whole new set of retainers. We're trying something different. So originally this had a taller installed height, so he made us a brand new set of custom Inconel exhaust valves to the exact height and tip height numbers, everything that my machinist wanted. So took the head to my machinist. He took it all apart and told us, look, Brendan, this is what I need for the intake, this is what I need for the exhaust. So we put all new springs in it to make sure that we're not going to have any variance between intake and exhaust valve springs from stuff that was used before. So we wanted just to make sure everything was exactly the way it needed to be. So Ralph made us new exhaust valves, got us all the new valve springs, Pro Valve retainers. I don't know if you can see the retainer Pro Valve there, but we were trying to get some intake valves made, but we ran out of time, so we had to go with the old intake valves. So these are actually titanium intake valves. And again, Inconel exhaust valves. So these valves have actually been in here for a really long time. So my machinist was like, man, I think it's time you guys put something new. Unfortunately, we ran out of time to get them here, so we had to go with the old stuff. Not what we wanted, but God willing, they should hold up pretty good, and we shouldn't have an issue with that. So all the port work was done by me. Intake and exhaust ports, you can see stamped there, PSI Racing. Again, we built this head a long time ago, and he did his magic to it. So we basically, again, put brand new exhaust valves. You could see the valve job cut in there. The seats are kind of shiny. He resurfaced it, and what we found out when we left Hilo, which I didn't notice when I brought my guy the head, he took it apart and we had 2 broken exhaust guides. Not really sure what happened or how it happened, but one of the other problems we were having was we were having exhaust valves that were sticking in the guides. So that was a problem that we realized before the March race. Ricky's guy in Hilo, he tried to hone the guides a little bit to give it a little bit extra clearance, and we noticed that when we brought the head back to Florida and my guy took it apart, we had 2 more valves that were kind of sticking in the head. So my guy, he put together a plan on his end. Didn't really, you know, just told me, look, trust me what I'm gonna do here, you shouldn't have a problem anymore. So he put all new guides in the head. Did something trick on the exhaust side. I'm not really sure what it is. Again, I give it to him. I tell him, hey, do what you got to do, and I trust you wholeheartedly to fix this. So we shouldn't have any more problems after this. Of course, it's a race car. We run this thing hard. A lot of guys don't understand. We turn this motor almost 9,500 RPM, which is unheard of for a 3TC. And this thing really, you know, it takes a beating for the old school motor that it is. You know, it runs a factory rocker arm assembly, nothing special there, completely stock. And so it's really hard in a lot of parts. So again, all the porting we did, and he managed to knock this thing out. I told him, look man, I'm leaving town, I know we can't ship it, we don't have time for that, but luckily he was able to assemble it and get it all done. What we will do after this race, more than likely we will take it off again one more time and send it back here, and we will put the new intake valves in it. So you can see these are old Ferrea valves, and they're just old. So we want to put the new stuff that was supposed to come in but didn't, and we will just go through it one more time. So again, after the May race, we will pull the head back off and we will bring it back to Florida, and we will get it ready for the Labor Day. He just wants to be sure that we're not having any more issues with the exhaust valve sticking. So that's why he wants me to send it back, along with, like I said, putting in the new intake valve. So totally transparent with you guys. You see, here's the head, nothing happened to it. I know people might say, oh look, they took the head off, they run the car. Hey, you know what, for me, like I tell the guys there's nothing better than maintenance and making sure you're catching any problems before you run into a problem. And that's why I like to do this. You know, what does it cost? The head gasket, which is 150 bucks. You know, and realizing, oh my god, we did have a broken guide. So again, just changing all the parts and going back and trying to give this race program the, you know, all that we can. So I will so I hear a bunch of guys are coming over back to Hilo, and I'm really looking forward to seeing you guys. I'm glad you guys actually make the trip, and I love seeing everybody there. I hope we can put on, you know, an even better show for you guys this time. That's what we all want to do. Genuinely have a fun time, and pray that everything goes well, pray that we have good weather, and you know, and everyone's safe, and you know, bring the car back home in one piece, you know, off the racetrack. So that's the plan. Again, I will see everybody there. I fly out tomorrow, and just looking forward to a good weekend. So stay tuned guys for plenty of videos to come up. Take it easy. I'll see you guys soon.